That's what we do.
What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday, so you know we're going to be doing our shenanigans to Dynasty Pylon. I'm Brian the Grizzly, and I'm here with Mark. How you feeling, man?
Feeling a little under the weather, but I'm here.
Hey, welcome to the Midwest. This is what we do. You're sick.
Well, I mean, it was
5
like
months of the year.
75 degrees 2 days ago, and then yesterday I woke up, it was like 20.
Exactly.
What's happening?
This is what we do. I don't even understand it, honestly. I just, we always are sick. We always are having changing weather. Yeah, it's going to be like 78 like on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens. Well, that being said, guys, we're going to break down some skill players. I really want to get to a 3.0 of our mock draft before the draft happens. But to do that, we have to kind of go through some of these players and do it quickly. So tonight we're going to try to run through as many running backs and receivers and maybe look at a tight end or two. Kind of prepare you guys for the draft. So then maybe on Sunday we could do a 3-rounder and actually know who the hell we're talking about.
Right.
I think that's the idea.
Maybe.
So yeah. That's what our plans are. Do we have any NFL news? I don't even know. I don't know if we had anything that happened that was recent. So do you know?
I don't even know where the heck my phone went.
So all I know is that the Bulls are getting beat by the Miami Heat, and it's pissing me off. So
players game.
And then I did hear that Travis Hunter, the Giants are willing to play him both ways. So that's what
I did hear Travis Hunter came out and said that if you're not going to play me both ways, I ain't playing for you.
Yeah. Like, yeah, okay. So you're not going to do it?
That's what I told my dad. I was like, you say that. You say that.
Brady says, look at that tight ends. What did I tune into? This is what we do. We're going to look at all of them. We're going to try to look as many prospects as possible. Try to decide how we should rank them and what position group it should be the best. I don't think wide receivers that answer. Running back doesn't have the same, status as everybody else. And tight ends, I think we might have more tight ends drafted in the first round than any other position group. If that doesn't sound crazy.
I think sounds good. There was some breaking news.
Okay, what we got?
Dolphins trying to trade Ramsey.
Oh yeah, so I know that they've been trying to get him out of there. Who the hell won? As Brady says, Dolphins falling apart trying to trade Ramsey. Maybe Hill have not having any money if they trade Ramsey pre-June 1st. So why would you trade him early? You can't.
I heard that they're not seeking a trade for Hill, but they are listening to offers.
What do you think it'll take to get Tyreek Hill?
If you're approaching them, they'll listen, but they're not, actively calling people like, hey.
What would it take?
For Hill?
Mm-hmm.
I think that depends on the commitment that Hill wants to make. I mean, obviously, you can't quite get that guarantee, but I don't know. He said something about once this contract was up, he was ready to retire. So I don't think anybody's going to give up too much if they know they're only going to get him for like a year or however he has left on his contract.
Would you, if you're the Chiefs, would you be willing to trade for him for a second round pick? For one or third?
Chiefs?
Would take a third?
I'd almost give up a second round to have. I mean, even if you only have Hill for a season, maybe a third would be better. But
because we're talking about,
because if you end up winning the Super Bowl that year because you had Hill, that second becomes irrelevant.
I'm just saying, Andy Reid wants to go out with the guys that brought him there. Everyone will be on the team that started. If you bring Tyreek Hill back, they'll have everybody. I'm not except Joe Tooney. I mean, he was on the Patriots at the time anyway, so yeah, whatever. Let them go to another team. Let them be happy.
I think Patrick Ramsey's still decent corner.
Is he a shutdown corner anymore?
If he's on like the number 2 receiver, maybe.
Because there's very few shutdown corners with the wide receiver in the way the rules are right now. I don't know if there's anyone that's a shutdown corner anymore.
Yeah. Okay, through 2026. So you would have 25 and 26.
2 years.
That could be worth a second.
I don't know if I'm giving a second. I think if I'll offer a third because you need to get rid of him. And if you want to hold on to him, hold on to him.
Anthony, welcome back, sir. You left us on Sunday for non-football activities.
Look, technically, I was still being big, so that was football activity. I was running around having a lot of fun. I really did. I got a lot of stuff signed. Man, that was so cool. So, got a piece of Captain America's shield. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So, got my Magneto helmet signed. Bishop signed my helmet. Voice of Wolverine signed my Funko Pop. I talked to
better said Bub.
Yeah. dude. You did say it on there. Where is it?
Well, he asked it.
Here
He
you
said
go.
it like 1,000 times on the show.
He says, "Anytime, pretty boy, bub." I was like, "What?" Okay. All right, Cal. Whatever you say. So, but no, I had a lot of fun. It was crazy.
Did you hear Aaron Rodgers might retire now, so Pittsburgh should go after Cousins?
This is what I said all yesterday, all last night. I said, because Joe Flacco's now on Cleveland, right? So why not go after Kirk Cousins? I think Kirk Cousins is a better option. I mean, Rodgers is going to Minnesota saying, "Hey, let me come for a year. I will be a mentor." He's literally trying to be Brett Favre, you know. So F him. Let him retire. I'm okay with that. It's one less player I have to find a place to get on my fantasy team, so I don't have to drop anyone else.
But he's like, "Oh, retire, drop."
Exactly.
And then if he does come back, you still have 2 years to get him. So
exactly. So it just makes my life a little bit easier. So yeah, go ahead, retire, bro. No one needs you. No one likes you. Good Lord. Hate him so much. All right. So let's start with the running backs, if that's okay.
Okay.
Because we want to go through a lot of them. You guys let us know when you want to stop, but I want to go start with the running backs. We're going to start with Jeanty and work our way down and decide, is it this big, huge cavern between Jeanty and Hampton and Henderson and Judkins, or should you not draft them high because you get the one of those other guys in the second or third round? Let's check it out. All right, we got Jeanty.
Well, that was the other thing. Speaking of running backs, Cowboys might not be in the market for a running back in the draft.
Yeah, who says who?
They're making a push to trade for Breece Hall.
Well, it's just like the Cowboys get a guy who's older instead of getting a guy who's cheap and young.
Well, the theory is they can get Hall so they can concentrate on offensive line, since they have big shoes to fill with Martin retiring.
Well, this is not a. I mean, I think that this is a deeper guard draft. I don't think this is a.
Let the Cowboys cowboy, okay? Who are we to interject with what they want to do? That's what they want to do. Let them do it. That's what I say.
Of course, that you say.
I've seen 2 mock drafts where we take the kid out of Iowa State in like the third.
I've been seeing Zabel getting higher and higher. Yeah. But this is actually Jeanty. We have a lot of stuff from him. Against Oregon, you see him just taking hits and still going. He's doing an amazing job. Look at his speed, his balance. I love everything.
If you look closely enough, we can knock Harmon out too.
Not bad. Look at the speed. Oh my goodness. He really does have a lot of talent. The more and more we watch this tape, I just saw like talent out there.
Does he have the tread on the tires though?
No, that's exactly what I worry about. 4 years of playing college football, you might only get 5 years of this guy. Which, if you're always going for the young guy, that means you draft him in the first round, you keep him all 5 years, and you get rid of him. But look at the breakaway speed, the power, the balance. He seems to have it all. I really enjoy watching him play overall.
No, his film's good. Like, look at that. Just boom, boom, boom. Oh, look, still on his feet. Damn. That's crazy.
And he takes off. And that's why he has so many yards. He's doing amazing things. People can't stay with him. Look at his vision. So where's the hole? You see the hole right there. Linebacker feels it. He does a jump cut, does a spin, and keeps on going with the balance. Once again, you see the cutback lane, but he still runs in between the tackles and gets to the touchdown. Dude, that's a dude. That's a load. The more you look at this tape, the more you understand why teams are in love with him. You see the hole coming up, And even though it's filled, he's able to get through. Once again, see the hole, and he's just breaking tackles. He's reminding me of a faster David Montgomery. The first guy's not taking him down. He has great vision, but his speed is amazing. Good catch.
It's interesting because I feel like Montgomery is a faster, but I'm like, he's almost like Gibbs and Montgomery in one.
Exactly. It's exactly what I'm seeing.
Like, he can power through, he can juke, he's agile, fast, and can truck somebody. That's crazy. I mean, I can definitely see why people are high on him.
Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? The more you look at him, you say, okay, this guy is special. You can see him being special for a while. I have no problem with him being at top. So we see how talented he really is, man. I'm pretty sold on the fact that he could be the special running back that is worth the first round draft pick. How high would you draft him though? Is 6 too high? Is
that where the Raiders are?
Yep.
I mean, it's not too high because you know for sure you're not going to get him on the turnaround. So
yeah, that's one way to look at it. Yeah, you're not going
to. A lot of people have him in the top 5 at least for overall prospects. So I don't think 6 is too high.
Okay. So that's our first look. Overall, I mean, I am definitely impressed. I think he did a great job. That's no doubt that he's special. So the question is, how is he special? Is he compared to the other guys? So
make a little con.
Let's pay attention to the other guys and see how good they are.
Hold on. Hampton breaks off a gash and goes cartwheeling through the Minnesota sky.
Cartwheeling through the Minnesota skies.
Okay.
Turn that down.
Sound. Turn the video down. Turn your video down. See, but here's the difference. Everyone he's going to go against is going to be a D1 defense. So everything he's doing is special. These are all, elite defenses, or at least the elite in college in the God's game. They all have NFL players on it. And you see his vision. It's definitely there. And you see he's not as big, but he's comparable to Jackson Jeanty. Because he's what, 6 feet 220? Well built too.
He's bigger than Jeanty. Jeanty's only like 5'8".
Taller.
5'9".
5'9", 215. So that's pretty much 5'9", 215, and then 6 foot 220. They're about the same size, width wise. I don't think he has the same vision. And his 40 times a 4.46. He's a little bit slower. I think he's just as powerful. He's definitely violent, but look at that. The breakaway speed is not there.
I like how you talk about the defense he's going up against. This is NC Central.
Yeah, as soon as I see that now, we got North Carolina. Like, really, guys? Really? And then, of course, you're going to have all the great highlights because these guys can't tackle them.
I was like, that's funny.
But you also see that he stays in the middle of the field.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
He doesn't try to break it out. He's not swift. He's not one of those guys. He's definitely pressing and staying in the middle. North and south, yeah. Seems pretty explosive. He doesn't run high.
Oh, look, now James Mess.
Why is all his highlights against the worst of the competition? Does that make me worry? Should we worry about that?
Oh, that's funny.
I wonder what else can we see? I mean, I'm a little worried now, man.
Oh, got right, Pitt.
Let's see what we get for Pitt. See the hole. He just
Aaron
powers. Good
Donald's
leg
alma
churn.
mater.
Good leg churn. I see that. I mean, that's pretty good. Good pad level.
Georgia Tech.
Tech.
That guy misplayed that completely.
Yeah, that was a terrible misplay. But look at it. He doesn't have the breakaway speed.
No. And also, he wouldn't have got half as far if that safety had played it better. Good Lord. Oh, catching on the
Good hands.
backfield.
Good
Oh,
balance.
Jesus. That was a Derrick Henry-esque stiff arm right there.
But am I the only one that I don't see him being as explosive? Very strong runner, but not as explosive. Okay. So that's Hampton over right there. Okay. All right. So with the two that we've seen, how do you rank them? Who's one? Who's two? In your opinion?
Based off what I saw, I'd say Jeanty 1, Hampton 2. If Hampton had little bit more breakaway speed, I would say it'd be a lot closer.
I agree. I think that's what really is the separation you see.
Hampton going to be the vulture. Not wrong there, probably. I can see that.
I agree. I think that's probably what he's going to get a lot of touchdowns. He seems to have a good feel for the end zone. But nothing. I don't know. For me, I don't know if I would draft him in the first round.
No.
But that's just me. All right. So now
They're all in. Howard, how aggressive will they be?
we got Travion and Henderson.
This is defense.
So he got the ball and he's took it up to the house. Once again, look at that speed, the quickness. He's not getting caught. I thought that he was the best running back 2 years ago. Ohio State, who had limited offense, he was the only thing they had that seemed special.
I'm cautious when it comes to Ohio State running backs, though.
That makes sense. And we have two of them in the top 5.
But I remember how high I was on Trey Sermon.
Yeah, I never was on Trey Sermon.
And then seeing his film made me higher on him. And then you know what? Nothing.
I mean, was J.K. Dobbins?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at his vision. But I do feel like he likes to break it out to the side a lot. Well, he didn't do there. He just ran straight ahead. Oh, you remember he gave up. He could have scored a touchdown, but he gave it up to make sure that Indiana wouldn't have an opportunity.
Well, he should have just scored. They were up by 3 scores already.
Yeah. It was 31-10, so yeah, he could have made it 38-10. Good balance, good speed, good vision.
Kind of like Henderson.
He look like good hands. He's really good out in space. His size. Do you worry about his size at all? I mean, he's not small. He's just not as big as the other guys. 5'10", 208. He's very similar speed as Ashton Jeanty.
No, I think 5'10", 208, 210 is fine.
He's good in space. Oh, good job blocking. Did you see that block?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that was good.
Oh, sorry. I just saw 17 at Ohio State. I'll just
blue. Oh man, that's a wooden blocker right there. I like that. His footwork just seems so good, but once again, he pressed the outside a lot. That kind of worries me. He has an incredible burst.
Catch.
Do you worry he's maybe not the north south guy that we really you need? He bounces out a lot. He reminding me of Swift a lot right now.
Well, I think it depends. Like, I mean, I'm just going to use my team as an example. We had the north south guy in Brian Robinson.
I'll be very scared of your team if you had Brian Robinson and Travion Henderson.
That's what I'm saying. And then you bring a guy like Henderson in, that'd be our equivalent of, although I don't think I put either of them in the same tier as Montgomery and Gibbs, but
I don't know, man. They're young. He's young. Gibbs wasn't supposed to be a first round pick.
No.
So I don't know. I mean, that might be. Well, I would say Robinson's not on the same level of either of those guys, but Henderson could be.
Apparently, running back is something we're looking at too. So, I guess
that would be scary for your offense, and it'll help your overall offensive line because you have balance. These guys could do everything they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, this is what I said. How much is it the running backs in Ohio State, or is it the run schemes and blocking? If he gets through, he is fast though.
He is fast, and he has good vision, but you don't know. You don't know. Ohio State's Ohio State. They've been powerhouses for a long time. So, how does that change your idea?
No, because I still feel like I saw enough good things that translate well to the NFL game. I think, like you said, that burst that he has, that's not something you can teach.
But he doesn't go north and south enough.
Well, that could be another thing you could coach. Get him in the weight room a little bit.
I'm just saying, Swift has been that guy. We've seen him in Detroit. We've seen him in Chicago. We saw him in Philadelphia. Another guy who won't stay inside.
Oh, I remember watching Hard Knocks and all the yelling that the coaches were doing to Swift because he wasn't going where they want he's supposed to be going. They're like, you're supposed to hit the hole. Why are you bouncing outside?
Dude, that's literally all.
He's like, read it. It's literally there for you, and you just bounce it outside and you get nowhere. But they're literally yelling at him.
But he just can't do it. I would be scared of Henderson being that guy.
Yeah.
And on the other end, we have Quinshon Judkins, who seems to go through the middle every single time. Doesn't care where the hole is. He's like, this is where I'm going. He's 6 feet tall, 221. He seems like to be a load, just really. Nothing is amazing. He's a lot slower, 4.48. Look at his vision. He's powerful. Runs through tackles. He has great balance.
In the comments, keeping track of how many times Brian says vision.
You do shots. We'll give Mark shots.
Because I feel like I hear that word a lot.
But look at his cutback again. Like, I mean, once again, he's not just trying to go outside. He's going outside, but he's not just trying. He's still stiff arm. He's looking for the inside. You know.
Oh, he went outside.
I'm gonna say outside's a problem. I'm saying that you can't be only trying to go outside.
Oh my God!
You follow your blocks.
Again. That's 2 in a row.
Do you think that's a problem? Do you think he's not following his blocks? I think he runs through in the middle pretty well. I think he cuts back pretty well. He sees the lanes pretty well.
No, stop going outside.
I think he's better behind zone blocking instead of man. Once again, inside run, tough finishing runs.
Oh, this is going outside. I can already tell.
It's going outside, even though he ran through all those guys.
On the other side of there you go. He stayed inside the hash marks that time.
This is a
no,
good
now he
cutback.
won.
Oh no, he's outside his hash mark. He's caught outside too.
There you go, inside again. Oh, but now he's busting it outside. But he's
But he's still
back,
running
back
inside. Follow his blocks.
Championship game right here. I'm assuming
Yeah.
it's just the championship game.
He's interesting.
Ooh, Marshall. Jesus. There was 2 guys on him, and he said, nope.
He seems to get through pretty well. All right. So now you've seen all 3 of these guys.
No, we saw 4.
4 of these guys, yeah. So what do you think?
I think I saw Jeanty one. I don't know. I feel like Hampton and Henderson are kind of 1A and 1B. And then I'll have Judkins just a little bit behind them.
I feel like they're all very similar, with Jeanty definitely being the best.
Yeah.
You know, they're very similar overall.
Well, because here's how I think Jeanty's the best, because Hampton had good strength, will go up the middle. Henderson had the quick burst, kind of bounce to the outside, whereas Jeanty has both. But I still am a little wary of him just because of the fact that he's played 4 years of running back in a system where he was pretty much the only running back.
And doesn't that make you feel like Jeanty
At least
and
with
the
Henderson
Travion
and
Henderson and
Judkins,
Judkins
they were sharing the load.
Yep.
Both while playing, and they weren't playing, all the time. So I do kind of like Henderson, though. If he can learn to maybe stay a little bit more in the hashes.
I think he'd be good in your offense.
That's what I said. I think he'd be pretty good in our offense, too.
You guys have the inside, having that slash, having the Sonic. You already got Knuckles. Yeah, I think that would be pretty good. All right, so let's switch gears. Let's see if I can get something for wide receivers.
Who we got?
Let's see if I can bring him in. The next one. Let's try to go with McMillian. I think he's interesting. What are your first thoughts on McMillian before we even get there?
I mean, obviously he's got the measurables, 6'5", over 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But don't think just because he's that big, he's not fast either, because he's pretty darn fast too.
I agree.
I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, granted, he was at, University of Arizona. They're not really known for football, let's just say.
So you're not wrong. I mean, once again, that's another thing. I mean, 6'4", 219 is great measurables, as you said. Speed, 4.55 is not great, especially being young.
Yeah.
But, regardless, let's take a look at him. See what he has.
Just Bombs Production.
That's a big guy. He's laboring a little bit, but he has such long strides. It's working for him.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, good. Oh yeah, okay. That's
I feel like if he's one of those guys where if he gets in the right system, he could probably be really good.
I can see it. That was pretty good scramble drill. That's good route running, but he has long strides. He really does. Oh, I thought they'll throw it up higher, but they didn't.
I just feel like if he let it, we're done. was like, what happened?
Practice. I'm doing like 8 things at the same time.
Maybe. I feel like with McMillian, if instead of like 6'4", 6'5", he was probably like 5'11", 6 foot, he'd probably be a 3rd or 4th round pick.
I agree.
With the production he had and with that speed,
You're
I don't
really
think he'd
looking at
be-
him as more of a look at his measurables, and that's what's adding to not the football, the tape necessarily.
Mhm.
No, I can see that. I can see it.
Because he's showing me that he knows what he's doing. He has highlights, but he's still isn't he like younger? He's only like is he a senior? Was he a senior? And if he was a senior, he didn't play.
I don't feel like I've seen him all the time.
That's what I'm saying. I never really heard of him until this year,
Yeah.
and I only really first heard of him because he was considered a cheat code on NCAA. Well, apparently they didn't. They thought he was faster than he really was because they gave him a 99 speed.
Yeah, 4.55.
And he was 6'5". So he was just lobbing up basically.
So they thought he was Calvin Johnson, basically. Have you heard about that story of Calvin Johnson?
Which one?
So he went to the combine. They weighed him, and everyone was talking about how heavy he was, and they're worried about is he too big to play wide receiver? I mean, you're a giant, and that was a big worry for everybody. Then, so he decided, he asked his agent, hey, bring me some cleats. I got to show these guys I can play. And that's what he ended up doing. They brought him cleats. He ran his, 4.39 or something like 4.35. And then he gave someone else their cleats because he didn't need them anymore.
That's funny.
I don't know if any of these guys that we're about to watch are from wide receivers special like that.
Oh yeah, this wide receiver class is pretty little, bottom tier compared to last year's.
And so confusion.
But then again, I feel like last year's is going to go down probably as one of the best ever. So when you look at the amount of receivers and how well they did.
No, you're not wrong. I mean, these guys are true number one wide receivers, all of them. Okay, so there's some McMillian. He has some stuff. I wasn't unbelievably floored by him, but he's big.
Well, he's got potential.
He's big.
Like I said, if he lands in the right spot. But the problem is what are the chances of that? Because he's probably going to go in the high up first round, and those teams are picking there for a reason. So
yeah, especially you go to a team that doesn't have a quarterback. And if someone falls in love with him and then surprises us in the draft, like someone like the Patriots, instead of taking a left tackle that we all expect them to take, they go wide receiver.
I mean, that'd be pretty interesting.
That's why I was like, okay.
That'd be an interesting. I think that'd be a good fit for him with Drake May.
But they need a left tackle. They need to be able to block, or a right tackle, not a left tackle, or a right tackle. Because they got Fashanu right at left tackle right now, I believe. Isn't that who they have?
No, the Jets have Fashanu.
Then they have the Jets. Who the Patriots have somebody else that they're playing right tackle, I think. Let's see.
Where else? Jacksonville?
Yeah, maybe Jacksonville.
Maybe if whoever's name is could make Trevor Lawrence play the way he's supposed to.
Morgan Moses is a right tackle at the Patriots. And the left tackle they have Fadarian Lowe, and that needs to be upgraded. So I think you have to upgrade there. But here's a guy I think is like opposite what you just said. of McMillian, we have Matthew Golden.
We start line in the great
Here. I'll text 5'11", 191 pounds. Not really big, not really big hand sizes, but he runs a 4.29 40. And he has good game film. He has good tape. And he's been a good player for a long time. He could be a kick returner, because he can help you on special teams. He understands. Watch him run his routes. Like, he doesn't just run full speed. He kind of like sets people up. I think he's a more polished wide receiver altogether. But he also played with two really good quarterbacks. And how much did that, hide any deficiencies he might have?
Man. Ooh.
For a small guy, he definitely went up and got it.
Torch Manny.
Are you afraid that he's too small?
No. Garrett Wilson's 5'11".
Yeah, that's true. He plays big too. Great hand, and that's
Terry McLaurin's listed at 6 foot, but I'm pretty sure he's closer to 5'11".
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about 5'11". Now the 191.
I mean, the 191 doesn't scare me because we get the Slim Reaper and he's not big, but he's always able to catch the ball. But he has better hands. I don't think Matthew Golden has great hands either.
No, got you.
So he drops the ball a lot more than you think he should.
I mean, he definitely played up against good competition.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're seeing the best of the best. You're the SEC. Every week you're going against top-tier DBs, But he also had the best quarterbacks throwing him the ball. That was great hands right there.
Well, that's Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, I mean,
he's the best quarterback.
Arch Manning were two of the top 6 quarterbacks in all of college football, regardless of where you went.
Well, what's the defense doing there? He was literally wide open.
He was like, all right, I guess no one's gonna.
Yeah.
The outside guy went with the inside guy.
Oh man. That's too funny.
Wide open again. See, these are not unbelievable plays. It's more him being open.
I mean, good for him for,
making the play regardless.
Leading the play, but I feel like that was more him because I don't think that was a great lead. I don't think that was a great throw at all.
I don't think that was a catch.
Well,
another breakdown.
What's happening with these defenses?
Guys, I don't know. That was not great. So pause it for a second, see if everything goes through.
Yes, look at that Walmart logo right there on the field.
Especially with that on the field. I can't block the field. I feel like he's going to turn into a return specialist, a second or third receiver with a return specialist somehow.
Yeah.
Which is not the worst, but I don't know how high I would draft him with that being a possibility.
I think the highest I've seen him go is the Cardinals in mock drafts.
Yeah, which I can see, yeah.
But I think that's not a half bad move when you already have Marvin Harrison Jr., Good compliment.
So now you're not looking for unbelievable plays. You're looking for a guy who's steady, a steady person over and over again. So I understand that.
And he was the fastest receiver, wasn't he?
Easily. Yeah. 4.29.
Despite Isaiah Bond saying he was going to break the record. And not even
Yeah, his teammate saying, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be unbelievable," and everyone was like,
right.
So, what is your thoughts so far through these guys?
I don't know. I think because of the height, McMillian's probably above Bond. But I think you're right. I think Bond, if he can find a spot where he can get in as the number 2, he can be very productive at a number 2, especially if he has a legit number 1 on the other side. Or maybe even that shifty, slot guy.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind that. I think that makes sense. I just don't think you draft a guy that you think is going to be not your number 1 that high, just because there's no one else there. That's why I don't think this is a very good wide receiver drafting in itself anyway.
Well, that's what I said. I was telling my dad earlier, I was like, because my dad was like, he's not going to play, was talking about Travis Hunter, and he's not going to play corner. And I was like, let's look at it this way. If you look at the corners, we were talking about him. Oh, he's like number 2 corner in the draft.
Yep.
I was like, he is by far head and shoulders the number 1 receiver in this class.
Easily. And it's so weird that he decided he wanted to be a corner, but I'm like, dude, these other guys can't hold.
That's what my dad said. He said, I thought he said he wanted to be a corner. And I was like, he did come out and say that, but I'm just letting you know, he is by far the best receiver prospect in this draft.
And that's why you couldn't just let him be a corner. You have to let him go both ways, because he's more special there that way.
Yeah.
From a blitz look and empty. 30.
Here's Luther Burden the third. That wasn't bad. But once again, it was busted plays. I'm not seeing anything that's like unbelievable. It just seems like you're dealing with busted plays a lot. He's 6 feet tall, 206, good, decent size, a 4.4 40. Not really great at blocking, has decent hands. He seems to be really quick off the ball, creates a lot of separation immediately. That's not great route running, but okay. Good speed, good power.
Awkward dance skills.
Better than me and you, man. Better than me and you.
Probably.
Once again, in the SEC, you're gonna play a good competition, but I feel like there's so much competition on your own team that allows you to be, you're not going to get double team, triple team, because you got a lot of help there.
Boston College, Jesus.
Boston College was pretty decent this year, weren't they?
Well, they were ranked in this game, so. I think Missouri was ranked 6th. I'm pretty sure they didn't finish near that.
That's because the SEC was very much, they ranked them very high this year.
Oh, it's got a ripped jersey.
I mean, this is really good. I don't know if any of it's super impressive. A lot of misdirection, using his speed, good hands. Definitely
it's funny.
Receiver type of skills.
They were like, oh, these guys are like 2nd or 3rd. Put them on the Patriots, they'd be number 1.
They're a team full of thirds. team full of them.
I mean, hey, I feel like with both Golden and Burton, if you were able to land them, like you said, you have a solid 2-3 receiver that you don't got to worry about. Possibly could step up, be number one if you have injuries.
I think that's what you're getting with these guys. You know, nothing special, but you can be. They are going to be there. They're going to do all the things the right way. They're not going to have unbelievable hands, but you know.
But that begs the question: are you trying to use a first or a second round pick on someone?
I think you could go second, but not first, right?
Well, I mean, I've seen Bond going in the first. Luther mostly second.
You mean Golden? Because I haven't seen Isaiah Bond going in the first. I've seen.
Sorry, I meant Golden.
Yeah. I think I would take. We're not going to look at him today, but I'll take Ibuka over both of those guys.
Another second round pick.
Yep.
High second round. Or possibly
either into the first round. Yeah.
Depending on there's like what Chiefs there, what they want to do. Where else have I seen Ibuka going? There's a couple other spots.
Yeah, I think that I would rather do that instead, you know, personally. But I've seen him play with different players, so there's no question can he play in this league. You know, but I feel like this might be the first year where I am more excited about the tight ends than I am about the wide receivers.
Heck yeah!
So let's take a look of these unbelievable tight ends.
Well, this is your wet dream. Doesn't this guy have a wingspan of like 81 inches?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And he's quick off the ball. You know, he has great hands. He has better hands than all those receivers we just saw. Literally.
If you drafted him, would you be okay? Because I've seen a lot of mock drafts where you take him.
I don't want him. I acknowledge that he's really, really good. I don't want him. I feel like putting that much into your tight ends. And it's funny because I'm a tight end, and you know I love tight ends. I don't want to put that much into my tight ends into my offensive line. It's great, you know, because I think a lot of tight ends you don't know how good they are until later. You know, all of a sudden the second year you start seeing these guys just kind of be amazing.
What's your Bowers?
Well, we knew from him since he was a rookie that he was it. He was the man
too, but I didn't think it was going to work out with the Raiders. That's why I didn't. I wish I'd gotten him.
No, I thought from the beginning like Bowers was it for such a long time ago. You know, for a long time, Tyler Warren was literally their only weapon.
The most funky catch.
He's waiting for the ball to come to his hands, and then he realizes it's not going to come. So, that was a good block. Blocking. Yeah, that was a good block. I'm a little surprised. I was like, what?
Well, I mean, if he's 6'6", 250, he better be blocking. Oh, Lord. Let me just jump over here.
I don't know if I want to have him at blocking. I wouldn't have him blocking.
No.
He's too athletic. I want him doing other things.
Well, he's playing quarterback there.
Like running over people.
Oh, Lord. Security blanket.
Jailbreak.
Jesus.
Say, don't worry, guys. I got it. Just throw it back to me.
What's his weight? I know he's 6'6".
I want to say it's 240. 242, is that what it was?
Man.
I mean, he's special. Don't get me wrong.
Go up and get it, big boy.
256.
I knew it was in the 50s.
256. Okay. Well,
What is this?
just get the ball to him. Yep.
We,
Throw it up. Ooh,
did you
good.
see that when that play
Good.
started, there was no one to the left of the center?
Can you imagine he just went and got that ball?
Did you see that formation? There was
You gotta do
5
something,
offensive
USC.
linemen on the right of the center.
You can do that as long as they're off the ball.
That was crazy.
He is special. All right. You got me, guys.
I didn't think that
special.
guy would be able to tackle.
I still don't want him, but he's special.
This guy.
All right. Well, this is
Can't
what
wait for you to draft him, and then him and Caleb go off, and I'm going to be like, you can't root for him because you didn't want either of them on your team.
You know, it's funny because I actually said, what was it? I think it was yesterday. I said, you know what? I'm at a point right now. I think Caleb. I said Caleb's going to be a top 7 quarterback in the NFL in 3 years.
Okay. Doesn't mean you can root for him.
Nope. I could acknowledge it.
Didn't even want him on your team.
Still don't want him. Still don't want him. I don't change. I'm a hater all the way.
Loveland.
We'll see how Warren does his first throw of the season.
I've watched him a lot. He is your hand down tight end. He can block. He can run. He can catch. He has everything you want. I've seen him a lot. The Colts are going to love him.
I mean, every mock draft I've seen has him going to the Colts.
Once again, I
You're
think
not
both
wrong.
these tight ends are better than all those receivers. Just if Loveland had a good quarterback, like he did 2 years ago, he probably would have broken most of those stats. He would have had Tyler Warren stats. There's a lot of times Loveland was the number 1 receiver.
Hey, they got to get Arch Manning some weapons, you know?
Exactly. They have to get ready.
Alec, what's up?
What's up, Alec?
He said, hey, guys, so my plane got delayed. At this point, pretty much canceled, so I'm taking a train to get home. Won't be home till 11, but wanted to stop by and say, hey, thought about joining you guys. But
Oh, man.
Oh, thanks, Al. You're good. You're good. Get home safe, buddy.
Exactly. Just be safe. Enjoy the trip, man. Good scramble good drill. Like you saw the receiver was standing there. He went and got the ball. I love Colston Loveland, man. I think he's
Isn't he a little shorter, though? He's only 6'3".
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess that's shorter, I guess, you know. Well, I always
For
thought
a
the
tight
Eagles.
end, that's kind of short.
Is it really? I mean, I thought Colston Loveland was 6'5". Let me see. I thought he was 6'5", like 250s. He's 6'6", 248.
Okay, well, he's not short. Okay.
Yeah, 6'6", 248. And he's a Big Ten tight end. I love those. I mean, so both of these guys are really. All right.
According to this, he's 6'5", 245. Still, not an issue.
Official 6'6". Okay. So we just watched him. If you were ranking your receivers and your tight ends, how are you ranking them?
Oh, I'm definitely Tyler Warren 1 and Loveland 2.
Okay.
I mean, I would still put Hunter Henry ahead of both of them.
Really?
Just because of what he brings.
Hunter Henry, really?
Or Travis, sorry.
I was like, I don't know.
Hunter Henry.
Travis Kelce? I could go to Travis Kelce, yeah.
Hunter Henry. Not that guy. That guy's not Hunter Henry. Travis. Hunter.
Okay. All right, so we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people their tapes. I'm going to do my ranking. Can you do your ranking and see if it's similar?
Overall rankings of these guys?
Yep,
Sure.
overall for all these guys. All these skill guys. You know, you don't ever want to have dead ranking or dead talking, but we got right now. So I thought that was more important. Alex says tight end
is coming back to the spotlight, and I love it.
I think they're really special, even though I don't want either one of them on my team. Because I already have one. That's what it is. I already have one. Okay.
All right. You going first or am I going first?
Since I'm still writing it down, you go.
I'm gonna go. Warren 1, Jeanty 2.
Okay.
I was torn. I feel like it could go either way with that. I'm gonna go Loveland 3, McMillian 4, Hampton 5, Henderson 6. No, okay. I forgot about Golden. God damn it. Hampton 5, Golden 6, then Henderson, then Burden, then Judkins.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's everybody.
I have Ashton Jeanty 1. I think I got Warren 2. I have
that I feel like you can interchange the two.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even argue when you said that. I was like, yeah. I can see that too. Either way. I got Loveland 3. I got Hampton 4. I got McMillian 5. I got Henderson 6, and then Judkins 7. Then Golden and Burden. I think Golden and Burden being your second and third wide receiver, I think both of those running backs can end up being. It's not the draft order I think they are. I just think that if
I was gonna say because the only reason I put Golden ahead of Henderson and the other ones is because I've just seen Golden.
You drafted earlier,
first round ish, whereas the other ones are second rounds.
Definitely second.
Judkins is third.
Yeah, I think Judkins will also be drafted in the second round.
I can see it.
I think they're both going to be end up being second rounders. Surprising, because that's why I'm saying I think I will take.
I've seen Hampton getting drafted ahead of Loveland, so
that's true. But this is not the draft order. I think this is what I think talent wise. I'll put them. Yeah,
I know. I get you.
Because I think talent wise,
I feel like better as far as Jeanty and Warren go. It's all about need. I mean, if you already have a running back, probably aren't going to go Jeanty. You'll probably go Warren. Already have a tight end, probably going to go Jeanty.
Or you can be a bear and you have neither. Well, I mean, we have
that's true.
We do have a tight end. We do have a tight end. So,
do you have a tight end?
Yeah, I mean, we just paid him, so he's there.
So, but I think kind of similar, a little bit different.
No, I think they're less sticky.
Yeah,
that's why I think they're a lot less sticky. But I don't need two tight ends more than I need a great running back, or more than I need a left tackle, or any of those other things. So that's why I don't want him on my team. I think Cole Kmet is serviceable enough, and DeAndre Swift is not.
Man, I hadn't done it all night. was just getting ready to be like, man, I haven't froze.
Yeah. Well, you're all right. You're all right. That wasn't that bad.
I just lose internet.
Those are our picks for our top 9, almost 10 skill guys.
I curse myself.
I think my 10th guy is Ibuka. So if I was going, he's my 10th guy. And actually, I like Ibuka more than I like Luther Burton. I like Ibuka more. And I think Ibuka going to Green Bay, as much as I hate them, makes a lot of sense. And I can see Ibuka going, I think Green Bay's 23. I can see them going there.
Yeah.
So that's just my thoughts overall.
I cursed myself. I was literally about to be like, man, I haven't frozen once. And then, of course, right when I was about to say that.
It didn't seem like a big freeze to me. So you look good to me the entire time. I wasn't worried about it.
Praying the Raiders. That's okay. It's not going to happen, man. I'm telling you. Jeanty to the Raiders.
They're just going to go, with every tight end. We're just going to collect them all like Infinity Stones.
So what do you think of, did you hear about Cam Ward? What he did?
No.
So, doing what the young kids do, he was live playing Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone asked him on his stream who the greatest running backs were. Now, granted, he was getting trolled because it did look like he had to stop and think about it. Like, some people were like, this dude's on Google. And after like 2 minutes, he was like, Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears.
What?
And they were like, he had to Google his own.
Hey, that's smart, though. Hey, whatever. I'm not mad at him for doing that. Hey.
But then the other takeaway was, well, I guess we know where Cam Ward's going.
Exactly. He's going to Tennessee.
I hear on live streams calling out Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears for
Tony Pollard wouldn't say that for him, for himself. He'd be like, nah.
Or he's like got the top troll job of all time. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, man. Okay. Well, with that being said, I am tired. You see the yawn, so that means we got to get out of here, guys. We're going to do our 3.0 mock draft on Sunday. I'm telling Mark early so he can be ready for his 3-round mock draft. I think that we know more now. I'm surprised that the Patriots are now supposed to be drafting Will Campbell. Everyone's telling us it's Will Campbell. That really surprises me.
I saw something and I was like, did Brian write this notification?
Yes.
It literally was Patriots projected this to draft Campbell despite
short arms.
short arm span. I was like, man, I feel like
there's
Brian
a picture of me
wrote
going
this.
like this.
I'm like, damn, Brian's out here writing notifications now.
Hey, I call him how I see him. So I'm sure the Titans have Cam Ward contract already ready, ready today. They probably are sending to him to send him the playbook. I know that's illegal, but I'm pretty sure we did that with Caleb Williams. Here's the playbook. Don't worry about it.
How is it illegal? You're the number 1 overall pick, and you've already made your decision.
That's true. That's true. You're not supposed to be talking about the team stuff yet. But whatever. We're just giving anyone. Say we're giving.
Okay, this guy's out here on live streams calling Tony Pollard and Spears top running backs of all time. Okay, who's the one? Who's the one giving up information?
He wasn't even the top. He's not a top Titans running back.
Yeah.
All-time tight. All right.
I mean, I would love Tony Pollard to be one of the top running backs of all time. That means you're going to allow him to do that in these upcoming years. looks good for me.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure after
The problem is you would have to be healthy to do that.
Exactly. All right, so I want to end this on this. Give me the top 5 Titan running backs of all time. Number 1 should be easy.
Well, I can think of 3. I mean, you can put Derrick Henry as number 1.
No, Titans.
Didn't Derrick Henry play for Titans?
Yeah, well, you put him number 1?
No. For me, Eddie George.
Eddie George, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Ohio State running back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Ray Lewis's nemesis.
Mm-hmm. No, I loved Eddie. I had Eddie George jersey. It's great. Love
Me
that,
too.
man.
Me too.
Would
I say that Derrick Henry's better?
Oh my God! You said Travis Henry.
I did too.
Travis Henry is back.
I think Derrick Henry could be, but I'm gonna go number 1 is Earl Campbell.
There he is. Oh, Earl Campbell. Duh.
I'm going Earl Campbell number 1.
I mean, he's a Houston Oiler. He's not a Tennessee Titan.
It's the same team.
CJ2K.
I'm going Earl Campbell 1. I will go Derrick Henry 2, Eddie George 3, and then CJ. Chris Johnson 4. And then
CJ could have been if he'd done it more than just
had longer. But
yeah.
Derrick Henry is now probably, I mean, he's over 10,000 yards, right? He's probably going to go down.
He still can't supersede Earl Campbell, though.
No, and that's why that's why I have him
Earl
too.
Campbell is a cheat
slightly over
man,
Eddie George.
let me tell you. I love playing with Earl Campbell cards.
I mean,
so who's 5 then? You have to Google running back. Find number
I'm trying
5.
to see who are the top all-time rushing leaders. I mean, I know number 1. So always tell me Derrick Henry's number 19 all time. But tell me the number 1. You got Emmitt Smith, Walter Payton. Who's number 3? After Emmitt Smith and Walter Payton. He played for forever.
He played for Frank Gore.
Frank Gore's number 3. He's only 726 yards behind Walter Payton. Then, of course, Barry Sanders, who played like 5 years. AP, Curtis Martin, LT, The Bus, Dickerson, Dorsett, Jim Brown, Falk, Edgerrin James, Marcus Allen, Franco Harris, Thurman Thomas, Fred Taylor, Steven Jackson, and then Derrick Henry. Steven Jackson is that high?
What?
Steven Jackson?
What?
Is number 18 of all-time rushing leaders?
Oregon State alumni, Steven Jackson? What?
I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, if you had been like, hey, did you know how high Steven Jackson is? I'd be like, there's no way. There's just no way. Oh my God, I'm going to be... Dude, there was a running back for the Titans literally named Travis Henry. Can't even make this up.
Really? See, I knew that.
He played for them in 2005 after being traded from the Bills. Travis Dion Henry. Let's throw Dion in there. He's just the greatest football player ever. Travis Dion Henry.
Yeah, but that Earl Campbell's definitely number 1.
Yeah, DeMarco Murray, but no. Don't the Cowboys running backs do now? They play for the Cowboys and do good, and they go play for Tennessee.
That's where they go to die.
Lindell White, whoever that is.
Oh, you remember him from Lindell White? Ohio State, wasn't that Ohio State? Or was he Miami? Was he Miami? Lindell White, was he Miami? I remember him.
Sounds familiar.
I remember
USC. When were you gonna get
USC.
there?
Oh, right
USC.
behind what's his name?
Oh, he played with Bush.
Yeah, with Bush, right behind Bush.
Yeah, he played with Bush. I remember him now. He was the bruiser guy to Bush being. He was 6 foot 235.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember Lindell White.
He was a walking, tree trunk.
Mm-hmm.
So Corey Dillon is in the top 21. He's number 21 all-time
I'm
rusher.
sorry. There's a picture that says White during his tenure at USC, and it's him on crutches.
That's about right.
What the heck? Why you doing me dirty?
That's about right. That's how it works.
Oh, man.
All right. We've been here long enough, guys. We'll see you on Sunday when we do our mock draft 3.0. Till then, thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you later.
Later.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me